Hey everyone, Steve Perry here. If you want to use Node, you have to install it along with NPM and an editor. This video accompanies Unit 2 of the Node.js course available at IBM Code. A link to the course is in the video description. In this video, I'll show you how to install Node and NPM 3 different ways, and install the VSCode editor and a JavaScript extension. Let's get started. Head on over to the Node.js website at nodejs.org and click on Downloads. You need to choose between the LTS and current versions of Node. I'm going to use the current version of Node, which is version 10. As I record this, version 8, the Carbon release, is the active LTS or long-term support version of Node. In October of 2018, Node 10 will become the active LTS release. In April or May of 2019, Release 12 will become the current release. Confusing, isn't it? Don't stress, the Node team has laid out the release schedule on the Node GitHub repo. A link to the schedule is in the video description. Click Current in the download that matches your platform. Since I'm running Mac OS, I'll choose the 64-bit installer package. Scroll down the page until you see the signed SHA sums for release files link and click on it. Locate the hash that matches the file you chose, copy it to a text editor. Now once the download is finished, open a terminal window and run a tool that computes a 256-bit checksum of the downloaded file. I'll use SHA sum, which comes with Mac OS. Copy that from the terminal window and paste it below the hash from the website and compare them. If they match, you're good to go. If they don't match, you definitely don't want to install that file. If you need help with checksum validation, check out the how-to provided by the Node team. A link to that page is in the video description. Now you're ready to install Node and NPM. Open the installer and follow the wizard. When it finishes, you're ready to verify the installation. Open a terminal window and run node -v and npm -v. When you see the versions of Node and NPM you expect to have installed, you're good to go. Another installation option is Homebrew, which works for Mac OS only. Homebrew bills itself as the missing package manager for Mac OS. If you want to use this method, you'll need to install Homebrew, which I won't cover in this video. But you can get installation instructions at brew.sh. First, choose the version of Node you want to install. I'll use version 10 for this video. From a terminal window, enter the brew install command. Brew install node at 10. This will specifically install the latest version of Node 10. Now I'll link the node command to the node at 10 package, but since Node 10 is the current release, as you can see the link has already been created. So I'll go ahead and verify that Node and NPM were correctly installed. As I record this, the current version of Node is version 10. Based on my understanding of the Node release methodology and extrapolating the release schedule forward, in April or May of 2019, version 12 should be released and will become the current version at that time. So if you're watching this video after that time, your results may vary slightly from what you see here. For more information, be sure to check out the Node release schedule page on GitHub. A link to the page is in the video description. There is a third way to install Node and NPM, and in my opinion, it's the best. Node Version Manager, or NVM, not only installs Node and NPM, but lets you manage those versions. NVM also has official support for both macOS and Linux. Links to unofficial ports to other platforms like Windows and FreeBSD are on the CreationX GitHub page as well. Installing NVM is simple. Just copy the script command on the installation page and paste it into a terminal window. The script runs very quickly. It adds a few lines to your bash profile, so you'll need to reload that. The easiest way to do this is just open a new terminal window. I'll verify that NVM was correctly installed. NVM -- version. Now I'm ready to install Node. I want to use version 10, so I'll run nvm install v10, which will install the latest minor.patch release of Node 10. Now to verify the installation, I'll run node -v and npm -v. Now let's say I want to install version 8 for, say, compatibility testing. nvm install space V8. This installs the latest minor.patch release of Node version 8, and I can verify that with the -v options. With NVM, you can have multiple versions of Node and NPM installed and switch between them with a simple command. Let's say that now I want to switch between 8 and 10. I'll use the NVM use command. NVM use 10. Now I'm using Node 10 and NPM 6. And just for fun, I'll switch back to Node 8. What makes NVM really awesome for managing Node and NPM is that you can install any version of Node that's been released by the Node team. Let's say you're working on a bug fix and your customer is using version 8.8.1. First, you need to find out if that version was released by the Node team. Run nvm space ls-remote space v8 to check all of the Node version 8 releases. Yep, there it is. Now run nvm space install space v8.8.1 to install that specific release. Verify that it was installed along with the npm release that went with it. Notice also that running nvm ls-remote shows you what version is currently installed on your path. I highly recommend you use NVM to manage your Node environment. For more information on NVM, check out the CreationX NVM GitHub repo. A link to the repo is in the video description. In order to write JavaScript code, you need an editor. I like VSCode. It's free, open source, cross-platform, and has tons of extensions for different frameworks, languages, and file types. Now I'll show you how to install VSCode for Mac and a JavaScript extension for syntax highlighting. You can find installation instructions for Mac OS, Linux, and Windows on the VSCode website. Just click the link that matches your platform. A link to the setup page is in the video description. Click on the instructions for Mac OS. First, click the Download Visual Studio Code link to begin the download. While the file is downloading, go to the Downloads page and grab the 256-bit checksum for the file you're downloading. Click the Download button in the top right-hand corner of the page. Scroll down and click on See SHA 256 hashes. Open a text editor. Copy the hash from the website into the editor. Once the file is downloaded, use your favorite SHA 256 checksum program to compute the hash on the file. Copy that value from the terminal window, paste it into the text editor with the value from the website, and compare them. Looks good, so I know the file is safe to install. I'll unzip the file, which contains a macOS app file for VS Code. To launch it, right-click and choose Open. When VS Code comes up, it should look something like this. On the left-hand side are icons for the File Explorer view, Search, Source Control, Debugger, and the Extension Marketplace. To open a particular view, click on it. To close the view, click on it again. Now click on the Extensions view. VS Code will show you the extensions you currently have installed. I've been using VS Code for a while, so I have a few extensions installed for other projects I've worked on. To install an extension, search the Marketplace. Put your mouse cursor in the Search Extensions in Marketplace text field. Let's say I want to install a JavaScript extension, so I'll type JavaScript. Lots of extensions come up. I'll select JavaScript ES6 Code Snippets extension. It looks pretty popular. Click Install, then Reload, and now it shows up under my installed extensions. You can find more information about VS Code at the VS Code website. You can also download the source code from GitHub if you like. Links are in the video description. All of the source code examples in this course are available in GitHub, which you'll need in order to follow along. Now I'll show you how to get the code and how to run a JavaScript program in the Node debugger in VS Code. Open a terminal window, navigate to a directory where you want the code to land, and enter the git clone command. With VS Code open, choose File Open, navigate to the directory where you cloned the code, and choose the course location, and click Open. Next, click on the File tab, expand the Unit 2 folder, and click on example1.js to open it in the editor. Next, click on the Debug tab. Then click on the Run button, and the JavaScript file will run in the debug window. And there you have it. Now you've installed Node, NPM, and VS Code. And you're ready to write some code, which we'll do in the next unit. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm Steve Perry. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. So long.